Hey guys, welcome to the video. So recently was at the flea market, and I don't normally go to the flea market, but I seen this sitting over on a shelf and it looks like it's been sitting outside for, I don't know, years. So I asked them how much they wanted. They were like 15 bucks. And I was like, you know what? That's a deal. This is 12 by 12 by 18. It's an Terra. It's obviously a little beat up though, so we're gonna have to do some work, see if we can kind of bring this back to life. So first off, we're gonna have to clean this thing, and to do that, we're going to use one of my favorite cleaners. That's going to be Dawn Power Spray, and to complement that power spray, it's going to be a good old-fashioned scrub daddy. If you don't know, while these things are cold, they're rough. You warm them up, it turns into like a soft sponge. But cold, it stays more like a scour pad. And I think that's going to do really well. Try to clean some of this up. Now, if we get it cleaned up, we're going to have to figure out what to do with this screen. It's frankly quite disgusting. It's rusted all to pieces. There's debris still stuck in it. It looks like it's just put together with a normal window screen gasket. So I'm wondering, maybe rip that out, replace the whole screen with fiberglass. Well, no, I'm certainly not going to use the steel, so it'll rust. Well, I guess if you had bigger reptiles, it might be a good thing. There's also a broken bracket up here. I'm not keeping anything crazy up here, so it's not really a big deal to me. I don't think my plants are going to grow legs and crawl out, and if they do, you know, I'd kind of hope I catch it on video. But yeah, I think these three little locking things will be fine. We don't need this last one. No big deal. Potential issue here, though, is that it looks like on the back side, the glass is just slightly cracked. So we just got through the first cleaning. It's not going so well. Dawn is not cutting it. I don't know if you can see it, but there's these, I guess it's a hard water stain, and it is all over this glass. I'm going to have to take something a little bit stronger to it, and I think I know exactly what we're going to do. But I don't know if you can see those stains on this glass, but they're absolutely there. Yeah, right here you can see it's all over it, and it looks really bad at almost every angle, and every bit of scrubbing I did didn't get that off there. So, but we got a secret weapon. We're no longer going to need Dawn. We're going to bring out the big guns. That, my friend, is Barkeeper's Friend. So this is going to help us get rid of those hard water stains. It's a little bit more rigorous. So what you want to do here, and I'll just show you a quick example. I'm not going to clean this whole thing in here, especially with the other animals and the fish. It's too much chemicals inside my room. It's not bad. I do suggest some ventilation, but you just squirt it on here, and you're going to dry rub it with a paper towel, dry paper towel, no water, and you're just going to do this over and over again. Eventually, it will go away. Before I did this, I did take a razor blade across the glass just to get the high spots off there. But if you just polish it with Barkeeper's Friend with a dry paper towel, it will absolutely come off there. It just takes time and a bit of elbow grease. But as you can see here, it is making progress. So they did come off. I mean, there's some fingerprints on both sides of the glass, but that's, you know, I'm not working on fingerprints right now, but I'm just trying to make sure that you can see that it did indeed remove those hard water stains. I can assure you that it did. There is a couple of places that maybe I didn't scrub as hard. It's still sort of in there, but you know, I'm just gonna have to take this thing and really go at it and get every nook and cranny. Let's try to get it clean. But you know, I think it's good enough for me, but we'll work on it a bit more. So I've hit it about as hard as I'm willing to hit it, and it is pretty sparkly. As you can see, there's every single reflection in the room is coming off this glass. I do apologize for that, but it's just sort of the nature of glass, especially now that it's been extremely well polished. Those hard water stains did come off for the most part. Pretty happy with the way this has turned out. 15 bucks. Can't really go wrong with that. So the screen obviously has to go, and this should actually be relatively straightforward. Let me get some of this crap off here. It was a still screen. We're not doing a still screen. Hey, these little sliders. Oh, sorry, I'm off the camera. These little sliders are actually intact. I'm surprised by that. It's for airflow. You can maybe run a wire through there. I'm really not sure. Never had an Terra before. Now I do. So, and for $15. Yeah, well, let's get this cleaned up though. This gasket should just tear right off. Once it's off there, we'll cut a new screen to fit and be done with it. Walk you guys through this. It's pretty straightforward. Find an end. You can see right there. It does look like this is kind of glued in here, kind of in certain places, not completely. But we'll just rip it off, see what happens. This gasket, I can just use it to put the new screen back on, make it super easy. I got a screen right now, just slap this on here right after we're done. I don't know where never mind. Guess we'll have to go buy a new one. Just a words of wisdom here. If you're going to do this, you should probably use some gloves. This still screen is mighty sharp, and it splinters and fractures off of here. It will absolutely stick into your hand. Luckily, that's not going to happen to me. but I'm going to tell you right now, it kind of hurts a little bit. So get you some gloves if you're going to do this. Just be smarter than I am. This is stupid not to do this without gloves. So now it's all cleaned up. I have some fiberglass screen. I usually use this for drainage layer in most of my terrariums, but you know what? It works now for an actual screen. I got some window spline from the hardware store. It was like 20 cents a foot, picked up 5 feet. The dude told me to just, you know what, don't even worry about it. It's 5 feet, you know, keep it. It's free, it's on the house. So it's pretty awesome. So all in all, it's costing me fractions of a dollar maybe to replace this screen. But this is super straightforward. Cut the screen to fit. Put this spline right back into where we took it out from. Just be careful. Make sure you don't, wrinkle the screen. You want to get some tension on it, but obviously you don't want it to be enough to where it rips. Fiberglass is kind of fragile in that way, especially fiberglass screen. The only thing I can say is that if you're going to put a large reptile into your Exoterra, you may want to figure out how about replacing that with an actual still screening. I could see where something like maybe a bearded dragon could chew through this fiberglass. Well, maybe not a bearded dragon chewing. You get what I'm saying. An animal with teeth could absolutely chew through this fiberglass, no problem at all. Claws could rip through it, and probably without even really trying. You put a bearded dragon hanging from the top of this thing, and it might just rip. So just make sure you're cognizant about what you're putting in here and what you're using as a screen. For me, I don't plan on keeping reptiles, so mainly it's going to be for plants. And I actually have a little buddy that showed up today, so we're probably going to stick him in here, build him a nice little home. But we'll save that for later. Well, all in all, quite pleased with how this turned out. That screen is nice and tight. Um, it doesn't really get much better than that. Thing's almost brand new as far as I'm concerned. And here we are. $15 for this Terra, a brand new screen on the top. The thing almost looks like it just came out of the box. Not quite. There's a couple of imperfections in it. The doors are a little, they don't have a great motion at the moment. A little sticky, but the top looks great. The glass looks great. There is that one crack in the back corner. And I noticed, you might be able to see them on here, there's a couple of chips in the glass, but again, this thing isn't holding gallons of water. It should be okay. Pretty pleased. Thanks for coming along for the ride, guys. Greatly appreciate it. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. If you got any questions, happy to answer them. All right, see ya. Check out what I do with this bonsai tree later.